Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Black. I'm your Gamer. In the last episode, we kind of started working on the gym, I guess, considering we didn't have much else to do. And, yeah, so we're going to kind of finish off the gym today and try and do a few other things here and there. So, got at least one Pokemon thing to kind of cover before we get into something else that I want to talk about for anyone who hasn't already heard about it, that is, so the first thing that I wanted to talk about is that a new Pavilion form has been revealed, kind of, sort of. I think we already knew about it, it's just that we didn't know how it was going to be obtained until basically now. This Pavilion form is to be called the Fancy Pattern, which if you collect the Pavilion, or the Pavilion forms, I think is how it's actually pronounced. So I'm calling it Pavilion, even though it's Pavilion, or something like that. I'm going to keep calling it Pavilion because whatever, it sounds natural that way. Anyways, anyone that collects the forms would probably know, just by looking at Serebii's little PokeBeach for it, that there was a fancy pattern next to the Pokeball pattern, and I don't think that anyone knew how it was supposed to be distributed until, like, yesterday or something like that. So the way it's going to be distributed is whenever whenever 100 million Pokemon have been traded via the GTS, it'll apparently be distributed worldwide, and it's apparently supposed to tie in with the fact that Vivillon is the most traded Pokemon. The number is currently sitting at around 85 million, and only has about 15 million to go, and yeah, so I don't really know how they plan on doing it, or if there's even a way to track how many trades there currently are on the GTS. I mean, if there's something like on the global link that determines like how many like GTS trades have actually happened or not, I mean, that's kind of a thing. But yeah, I don't think there's anything special to go with it though. Again, we don't really have any like information as to what the Pavilion will be like, whether it'll be the same as the Pokeball one, where we get a level 12 with all the same moves, or it'll have like some kind of special move, because, you know, trading 100 million Pokemon is, you know, a huge deal, I guess. But yeah, it's something I figured that, you know, that's some relevance considering we already had an announcement for the Pokeball pattern. So, not Pokemon related, even though it's kind of, I guess, Pokemon related considering Pokemon is involved. Smash Brothers! Yay! Let's talk about this. This should be a lot of fun. Smash Brothers apparently has revealed that a new challenger is approaching, and this new challenger is a veteran fighter in the form of Ike. I gotta say, I'm very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. From what I remember, Ike wasn't very used all that much, and as a result, I think it was either Roy or Marth or something like that in Brawl or Melee or both of them, and a lot of people just preferred to play those characters, and Ike was always just sitting there. And the reason why I say I'm disappointed is because they could have given us anything new from Fire Emblem Awakening, and it would have just been better. It would have just been so much better. I mean, if you look at Marth, Marth is a very solid looking character, both in design and in the game he actually is very, very good. So I mean, why not give us something like that? And his daughter Lucina, who comes from the future and has more experience with everything in the storyline for Fire Emblem Awakening than her own father. Not to mention she's highly skilled in combat and shit. I just feel like either those two characters would just be an infinitely better character to implement as opposed to someone like Ike. So yeah, I mean, I really don't know what to say, particularly. Ike's kind of a letdown for me, personally. I'm sure that there are a lot of people that actually enjoy having Ike back, and Ike, I don't remember which game he was actually in, but I do know that like there are people that obviously enjoy the game he was from, or just the fact that he is who he is. So I mean, I don't know, like, you're free to like Ike if you want, but personally I feel like it's kind of a waste of a character, and the new game, and the reason, or another reason why I say that, is because we normally don't get a new Smash Bros. Game until like 3 or 4 years later, because, you know, it's a cool story like that. I mean, I don't remember when exactly Brawl came out, but I'm pretty positive it's probably going on close to 3 or 4 years now. So, I mean, what are we supposed to get in, you know, the next one after this? I mean, we have a long wait to go after the 3DS and Wii version comes out. So, I mean, like, seriously, you're gonna make us wait even longer to get something like Chrome or Lucina, whenever there's probably going to be another Fire Emblem game, and then everyone's going to want characters from that, and then we're going to get denied that, and we'll finally get Chrome or Lucina. Like, we're going to really do things late rather than do things where people are like, I want Chrome, I want Lucina, I want these other Fire Emblem Awakening characters because they're really cool. Like, I mean, you can probably run through a list of a lot of those characters, and you could probably find a huge number of them that are really interesting or very good, or would be very good for the Smash Brothers series. I mean, like, you can take, oh, what's it called? You can take Noe. She's one of the Dragonkin, I guess is a good way to put it. I don't remember the actual name for, you know, like, she would be able to transform into a dragon or something when you fight with her or something. That would just be really cool. I mean, then there's, well, I honestly can agree that, you know, having any kind of like magic-based user in Smash Bros. Would be kind of stupid. I mean, it's not impossible, but having someone pull out like a spell book or whatever would probably anger a lot of people in the form of like the whole religious thing or whatever. Like, there might be parents out there that are like, ew, why is it evil, etc., etc., you know, or something like that. I don't know, but I mean, like, having a magic-based user just probably would be very, it probably just wouldn't fit very well, considering a lot of them don't use, like, magic kind of shit. I don't even think that they've ever implemented some kind of magic-based thing with Link, even though he's had, like, Pharaoh's Wind and all that other shit from, you know, like, Ocarina of Time and all that other crap. I mean, there's also the fact that Link was able to transform into a dog or a wolf or whatever it was in Twilight Princess. There's all kinds of things that they could have done with Link, but they just never did, probably because, one, they either think it's going to be unfair and make him an even more broken character, or it just seems unrealistic for the game, especially if he's going to have something specific from any one timeline. Because, as we all know, there's a weird-ass timeline for Legend of Zelda, where there's one Link here, but then in a different, like, timeline there's this Link here who's doing this. Like, there's one for Majora's Mask, there's one for Ocarina, things like that. Like, they all also fall in line with one another. So, I mean, you know, that's kind of the thing. I guess I should kind of, you know, talk about what's currently going on in, you know, the actual game that we're doing right now. As I mentioned a long time ago when we were around this area, we were going to be revisiting this house as well as this area again later in the game, and it's time to be doing that. As you probably can tell, there's a really weird storm here, and it applies to both games. It applies to both black and white. So she kind of just pulls you inside, and she's going to explain everything that's going on right now. So she's going to tell you that it's all because of a Pokemon named Tornadus. Now, if you're playing, you know, white, then you're probably encountering Thundurus, which is probably the better of the two. But you know, since this is black, it's Tornadus, and they're kind of a part of one of this generation's trio, of course, and they're really good. They saw a lot of play at VGC last year, I believe. A huge part of Worlds. Their regular form, which you can only get, or well, it's the only form that's available to you in the first half of Generation 5, is their incarnate forms, which they have like clouds and stuff like that, and they have broken abilities in the form of Prankster, which means you can Swagger, you can Thunder Wave, you can Toxic, you can do whatever the hell you want first, and it made them kind of ridiculous. For the most part, Thundurus Incarnate, it was Thundurus Incarnate, Then there was Tornadus Incarnate, and then there was also, what's it called? Not Tornadus, Thunderous Therian. Those were like the three that saw a lot of play at VGC. There was also the Landorus Therian. Anyways, you kind of see me just staring at this bulletin thing. The reason why I'm doing that, it didn't pop up for some fucking reason, but the reason why I'm doing that is because if you want to find out where the storm actually is, you have to read this, because as you saw, Opelucid, Route 10, like all those areas are, you know, like sunny or whatever. If it says that there's like a freak storm there or something, then that's where Tornadus is. That's how you find it. Unlike in like I think it was like Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and then there was HeartGold, Silver. They had something that you could use on the lower screen to kind of track them, kind of like how you used to be able to use the Pokédex to do that as well. At least like in Generation 2 and I think even Generation 3 games. So I mean, that's the best way to track Tornadus. The thing is I don't know if I want to use the Master Ball or not, or if I want to use it on our last team member, or you know, anything like that. Because I mean, we still have a ways to go before we actually get our last team member, and yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Anyways, I guess if you didn't already know, this is the last route before Victory Road. Victory Road's kind of a huge pain in the ass, just because there's just a lot of shit on the way. Not to mention, like, just there's so many trainers. There are a lot of items. There's a lot of items in Victory Road to get. There's a lot of trainers that you just like have to go through, or that you can just accidentally walk into, whether you want to or not. And it's like, okay, I don't know. I really don't know how else to put it. Victory Road in this generation was kind of more of a pain in the ass for me than probably any other generation. So I mean, I really don't know. I mean, it's kind of just weird, I guess. The Victory Road in this game is also a little trippy, I guess is a good way to put it. Which you'll find out why probably in the next episode. I don't think we got started on it in this one. But I mean, you'll understand what I mean by kind of trippy whenever we get around to doing Victory Road, because like the way you, I guess, traverse is a good way to put it. It's just a really weird mechanic, and honestly I think they could have done a better job as to like how you're supposed to get through Victory Road, just because again, it's just majorly complicated. In fact, I think I might actually need to get a strength user. I think I already still have one, but I don't really remember if I have it on like the PC or not. I have to check off screen. But I'm almost positive that we may want to bring someone with strength along, because I think I mentioned this in the Volume episode, where I mentioned that one of the 3 musketeers are found in Victory Road, so that's kind of going to be a thing as well. So So, I'm going to explain this too. I'm sure that a lot of people have wondered why I've had the Dust Stone this entire time and never really used it to evolve Lamping. The reason why is because I was not sure if I wanted to give Overheat to Lamping instead of, you know, Fire Blast, just because I think Overheat has slightly more accuracy and it does about the same base power, or if not more, and I kind of just decided against it. I mean, losing, you know, 2 stages on your special attacks is kind of a pain in the ass, so I don't know, I really don't know how else to put it. So, and I figured, you know, switch up items a bit, because, you know, if you don't switch up your items, then it's like, okay, just have a high level Chandelure for no reason. It's kind of sad that my Chandelure is currently sitting at level 50 as opposed to like everything else, which is closer to level 40. Not sure how that happened exactly, but I mean, not much that I can really do about it, I suppose. I like how the sun is just now coming out and it's just instantly becoming really, really warm. I really don't like the summer. I actually really hate the summer, which is kind of ironic considering I was born in the summer and everyone in the school loves summer because summer vacation. long time away from school. I mean, why not? I'm pretty sure that people are actually going to hear that in my recording, which is kind of hilarious. That's another thing I hate about summer. Okay, the summer is here. Let me explain this to you as quickly as I possibly can, because we only have about a minute left. Lots of kids screaming, ice cream truck doing its annoying music, lawnmowers going off. What else do we get? I think that there's a lot more like police activity in our area as well during the summer, just because, you know, everyone is just crazy during the summer, I suppose is a good way to put that. I feel like I'm forgetting things. I don't really. Well, yeah, there's probably going to be occasional fights as well. Every year there's at least like 1 or 2 fights during the summer, which is always a huge pain in the ass, but I mean, not much that I can really do about it. I mean, I guess this is retarded how the people in my area act. Anyways, what we're going to be doing is continuing our way up to Victory Road and all that other happy crap in the next episode, so if you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer, signing out.